So today we're going to be going over all the relic sets here that you can get in Honkai Star Rail so far from what we know of from the closed beta 3 that just ended here. Now they could add more relics here in Honkai Star Rail when the game does launch, which is about to release very shortly here. So these are the relics that I know of that I currently played through when I was playing through the closed beta 3. Now also another thing is that when the game does launch, they might tweak these numbers or completely add a new effect to these relic set pieces. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. But as far as right now, these are the relic sets that we do have in the game. I honestly don't think they'll change the relic sets, and if they do, it'll probably very little. So yeah, before we move on, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and share this around. Okay, and shout out to StarRailStation.com. This is where I found all the relics with all their effect sets and all that. So let's go right over them. So first set we're going to be going over, guys, is called Passerby of Wandering Cloud, and the two-piece set effect here is increases outgoing healing by 10%, which is good for healers. And the four-piece set effect here is at the beginning of battle, immediately recovers 1 skill point. Now this is also pretty good because when you go into battle, you want to have as many skill points as much as possible, because the E ability usually right now is a lot stronger than the basic attack ability for the characters here in Honkai Star Rail. So getting that extra skill point is pretty nice, but the only thing is it only happens one time in the beginning of battle. I don't know if it happens every wave or so, so I wish I did have the game to test that out, but as far as right now, I'm going to take it for what it says, and that you only get 1 skill point when the battle starts. Now the next relic set here is called Musketeer of Wild Wheat, and the two-piece set for that is attack increases by 10%, which is nice for your damage dealers. And the four-piece set effect here is the wearer's speed increases by 6% and basic attack damage increases by 10%. This is nice because it gives you a little bit of speed, and it also helps you out with those basic attacks, especially with those characters that are reliant on basic attacking. And then the next set here is called the Knight of Purity Palace. Now this is for your tanks, guys. For the two-piece, it increases the defense by 12%, and the four-piece set increases the max damage that can be absorbed by the shield created by the wearer by 20%. Now this is good for the Fire MC once you unlock that later down the road, and it's also good for just shielders in general, just to get that extra absorption on their shield by 20%. So that's pretty good, and also makes them tankier with the increased defense on the two-piece set as well. This is also going to be good on March 7th, so yeah, for sure. And Japard, for sure, I see them shining with these. Now the next set is Hunter of Glacial Forest, and the two-piece set effect here is increases ice damage by 10%. So this is for the ice wearers, I'm guessing. And then the four-piece set is after the wearer unleashes their ultimate, their crit damage increases by 25% for 2 turns. Okay. Right off the rip, right, the first person I think about, and the only person I think about when I see this, Yangxing. He's definitely going to be the one that benefits off of this the most, because he's going to be giving himself so much crit rate. The crit damage is going to be super duper nice on him, and honestly, I'm going to be building my Yangxing. If I do pull one, I'm going to be stacking him with a lot of crit damage. Now of course you could apply this on Herta because it'll help her out a lot. Just more damage, right, to damage dealers is always good, but I think specifically it's gonna do even better on Yangxing just because of him giving himself that extra crit. Okay, and for the next set is called the Champion of Streetwise Boxing, and the two-piece set effect is increases physical damage by 10%. And then for the four-piece is after the wearer attacks or is hit, their attack is increased by 5% for the rest of the battle. This effect can stack up to 5 times. So basically you can get 25% increased attack. It's good having something that increases your attack, but the only thing is that you're gonna have to get it stacking up, right? So it's gonna take a little bit to get to those max stats so you can do the maximum amount of damage with this set. It's gonna be good, of course, on your damage dealers like the MC when he's in his physical form, and you get him right in the beginning of the game. You also have people like Su Shang that is going to definitely benefit off of this. Not as much for Clara because she's more defensive oriented, but you still can wear this on her, put this on her if you want to make her more of, I guess, a damager. I mean, she does already high damage, but this is just going to make her do even more damage. So yeah, you can mess around with that on Clara. And then for the next set, we have Guard of Wuthering Snow, right? So the two-piece set bonus is going to be reduced damage taken by 8%. Already this is telling me this is going to be for for tanky or support units. And then the 4-piece is at the beginning of the turn. If the wearer's HP is equal to or less than 50% of their max HP, restores HP equal to 8% of their max HP and regenerate 5 energy. So this is very interesting. It looks like you're gonna want to be giving this to probably your support units so they can go ahead and get energy quickly, and so they can also get that extra HP heal if they do fall below that 50% threshold. I believe this will be good on them. I also think this can also work for tanks because the 2-piece set is reducing their damage, and it's also giving, you know, just getting energy in general is going to be nice. And then that extra heal is also going to be good because a lot of these tanks in this game, they don't really have taunt. The only person that has taunt is the Fire MC, which is, he's amazing. I love that unit. But for the most part, like Clara, Japard, they have things where they get more attention to themselves and make it likely for them to get attacked, but it's not actually a taunt. But yeah, I see it to be good definitely on Japard for sure. It can probably work on Clara as well. Clara definitely, you can definitely go many different build paths with Clara, I can see already. So next we have Firesmith of Lava Forging, and the 2-piece set here, it increases fire damage by 10%, and the 4-piece increases the wearer's skill damage by 12%. After unleashing ultimate, increases the wearer's fire damage by 12% for the next attack. Okay, so this is gonna be nice, of course, on those fire damage dealing units. This is definitely gonna be good on himeko, or honestly any fire damage dealer. Now the thing I don't know about this is that if you'll get that 12% increase in your ultimate damage, because himeko is going to be relying on trying to get as much damage on her ult so she can get the energy from the enemies. When she does defeat them, she gets extra energy, because it says here increases the wearer's fire damage by 12% for the next attack. So I don't think it works on the ultimate. If it doesn't, I don't see it to be that good on himeko. Either way, you're still getting bonus fire damage. But yeah, it will still be good, something that's good on your fire units because it is increasing fire damage. But yeah, we'll have to wait for the game to come out so I can test that. Then next we got Genius of Brilliant Stars, and the 2-piece set is increases quantum damage by 10%, and the 4-piece set is when the wearer attacks enemies with quantum weakness, ignores 25% defense. This is nuts because you have a defense shred built in to a piece of gear. That is actually nuts. You don't even have to rely on defense down units. Already this is telling me Seele, you're going to want to put this on her. And of course Xingshu, which is also the other 4-star unit here that we get as well. And she's quantum, so I see this being good on her, and she's an AoE damage dealer too. So very nice. This looks pretty broken, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they do change this, but we'll just have to wait and see when the game does come out. And of course Seele is gonna love this because she's want to get those resets and get that extra turn, and when she defeats an enemy she gets an extra turn, so this is gonna be really good on her. And then we got Band of Sizzling Thunder, and this increases lightning damage by 10%, and the 4-piece bonus is when the wearer uses skill, increases the wearer's attack by 25% for 1 turn. So this is nice, you know, stacks, you just have to use your skill and you get a flat boost of attack increase of 25%. Now this is going to be good on Jin Yuan, which is going to be the 5-star limited banner unit that we will be receiving here to be able to summon for him after the Seele banner. So this is going to be good on him, and of course this is going to be good on Seele. So we will be getting Seele for free after the pre-registration, so make sure you guys throw this on her, and she's going to be going to work. So the next one we have is Eagle of Twilight Town, and the 2-piece set bonus here is increases wind damage by 10%, and the 4-piece is after the wearer uses ultimate, their action is advanced forward by 25%. So this is nice just to be able to push yourself in the turn meter. Now I do see this being pretty good on Bronya because after she uses her ultimate and buffs everyone up, she's going to go ahead and advance forward, so she can go ahead and advance one of her teammates on her E, which in advancing is basically, depending on the percent, what Bronya does, she advances an ally by 100%, she will make the ally take an extra turn. which is really good. This is also just going to be good in general for wind units because of the damage. Being able to advance yourself in the action bar is always a great thing. So Dawn, Hang, and Sample would do good with this. And for the next relic here, we have Thief of Shooting Meteor, which the 2-piece set increases break effect by 20%. And for breaking guys, the enemy is going to have like this white bar over their HP, and they're going to have a set amount of weaknesses on top of their head, so like fire, lightning, or wind, and you hit them with that weakness type and they will it'll deplete their break gauge. But this piece of gear increases your break damage, so that's really good. This is going to be good on attack units that you want to be able to break, or you just want to put it on a support unit to be able to break the character easier. You can go ahead and put this on them. And the 4-piece increases the wearer's break effect by another 20%, and when the wearer inflicts weakness break on an enemy, regenerates 3 energy. This is really good because yeah, more energy, more ultimate, more damage, more supportability, more all that good stuff. And just getting this extra break is going to be very key because breaking in this game is very, very powerful. So yeah, I can see this working on like Asta, Sampo. You can even put this on your DPS. It all really varies for this piece, I believe. So yeah. And for the next set, we have Wastelander of Banditry Dessert, and the 2 pieces increases imaginary damage by 10%, which is a type here in this game, which is kind of like light, but not really. It's called imaginary. So the 4-piece set here is when attacking debuffed enemies, the wearer's crit rate increases by 10%. If the enemy is imprisoned, then the wearer's crit damage increases by 20%. So off rip, this tells me this is going to be amazing on Welts. Yeah, because he loves to debuff people, and he already puts imprisoned on them as well. So this is going to increase his damage, his crit damage automatically by 12%, 20%. And any future imaginary units here that we do get in the future. I believe Welt is the only imaginary unit we have right now, and we have Luocha, but he wasn't in the closed beta. You were only able to play with him in the story and stuff, but he's a healer, so he's not really going to benefit off of this. So yeah, looking forward to getting a when we get our first 4-star imaginary unit. This is going to be nice because imaginary is really strong, and they apply this imprison debuff, which kind of messes with their turn meter, the action bar, whatever you want to call it, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. Okay, so those were for the 4-set piece bonuses, guys. There's going to be these 2 other piece bonuses that you can apply that's completely different from the 4-piece sets. The maximum amount that they're going to have is only 2-piece set effects, so keep that in mind, guys. These are separate, and I believe you can get them in the simulated universe, which is a form of endgame in this game, but that could change and you might be able to get it somewhere else. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we get with these. Now this one is called Space Stealing Station, and the 2-piece effect is increases the wearer's attack by 12%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, the wearer's attack increases by another 12%. So basically anyone that you're going to be having over 120 speed, you're going to want to put this on them so they can get that extra attack bonus. And then the next one is Fleet of Ageless, and the 2-piece set bonus here increases the wearer's max HP by 12%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, all allies attack increases by 8%. So this is really good. So this seems like you're gonna want to put this on a support because it just gives an attack buff to everyone, and it makes you tanky. So pretty nice. I can see this going really well on Natasha because she's definitely gonna benefit off the max HP for her bigger heals. But again, you can just give this to any support. And then the next one we have Pan Galactic Commercial Enterprise, and then the 2-piece set bonus here increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 10%. And effect hit rate, guys, is the enemies will be able to resist some of the debuffs that you can put on them. So hit rate increases the chances of you landing those debuffs. And then to continue this, it says, meanwhile, the wearer's attack increases by an amount that is equal to 25% of effect hit rate up to a maximum of 25%. So this is going to be good for those units that you give a lot of hit rate, and this will just give them some more attack, right? Because for a lot of attackers out there, you're going to want to give them some hit rates to apply those debuffs, because some of them really benefit off applying those debuffs. And then next we got Baabug of Architect, and the 2-piece set bonus here is increases the wearer's defense by 15%. When the wearer's effect hit rate is 50% or higher, the wearer gains an extra 15% of defense. This is good again for those defensive units and those units that you're going to want to land CC on. So Japard, March 7th, you know, you're going to want to have high hit rate so you can apply those freezes, and just on the units as well that have those debuffs and benefit off defense. But those are the two that I can see really benefit off of this. And then we got Celestial Differentiator, and the 2-piece set bonus, it increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%. When the wearer's current crit rate reaches 80% or higher, the wearer's basic attack and skill damage increases by 20%. So nice. This is definitely for your damage dealers, because you're going to want to crit on them. You're going to want to crit those enemies, and that's going to apply that. And on top of that, once you reach past 80%, you will get an attack and skill damage increase by 20%, and your skill damage is your E, so that's nice. And then we got Insert Salsodo, and the 2-piece set effect here is increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%, another crit rate increaser. And then when the wearer's current crit rate reaches 50% or higher, the wearer's ultimate and follow-up attack damage increases by 15%. So this is going to be good on Jing Yuan, because his Lightning Lord that he brings to battle is going to be considered as a follow-up attack. And this is also going to be good for Herta, because she follows up as well, and it's going to increase their ultimate overall, so it's going to be good on those people, basically people that do follow-ups. And then for the last two guys, sorry for the lengthy video guys, we got Talia, Kingdom of Banditry, and the 2-piece set effect here increases the wearer's break effect by 20%. When the wearer's speed reaches 145 or higher, the wearer's break effect increases by an extra 28%. Wow, so this is for someone real fast, right? And then we got Sprightly Von Wakyu, which the 2-piece set effect here is increases the wearer's energy regeneration by 5%, which is nice. More energy regeneration, more ultimates. When the wearer's speed reaches 145 or higher, the wearer's action is advanced forward by 50% immediately upon entering battle. Wow, so automatically in the action bar, they will get put in the 50% mark, right? Not at 0, not at 100 either, but they'll start right here. So that's really good. But yeah, this video has been pretty long, guys. Those were all the set effects of the characters here in Honkai Star Rail for their relics. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is all we know so far about the relics. Again, they could change and they could be add more when the game does come out, so make sure you guys subscribe so I can keep you guys posted whenever I do find stuff out. We definitely are going to be making more videos all the way up until the game's launch, and when the game launches we will definitely be making videos and streaming and stuff. So yeah, again, make sure you guys subscribe and leave a comment down below of what you guys think about the relic set so far, and if you're excited or not. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jada. I'm out. Peace.